So if you want one, that over on the table is what we're going to go through, the 8 methods in the 6 ways, or the 8 methods in 6 ways is the name that was given to it by Professor Ying. I've mentioned this, who taught Bakwa in Berkeley for many years. And the formal name is the Silk Brocades. I've mentioned this before too. So if you look on YouTube under Silk, I'm going to upload it to YouTube. And if you look on YouTube under Silk Brocades, you'll see a lot of variations on these exercises, which are traditional for warming up for Tai Chi. They're not stretches. We've gone through this before. So they're not stretches. They're internal, they're Chi exercises more than anything. A little bit of stretching. So I have it over here along with the prompt on the element breathing practice. And I also have, I didn't have time to pull it out today. I also have the same thing in Chinese, the sheet that Professor Ying used to hand out to his students. So I'll bring those on Wednesday, and they're of interest, I guess. Bakwa, there are three main Chinese styles that are called internal styles, like Tai Chi. So there's Tai Chi, Xing Yi, HSINGYI, Tai Chi, Xing Yi, and Bakwa. And Bakwa is called the mother form for some reason. Bakwa is circular and moves like a whirlwind, like this. And Xing Yi is pounding, like this. You practice it pounding. Xing Yi looks like this. And has, you see, you go weight forward and then back, and weight forward and then back, and there's, and it's just simple. It's the simplest form. It was invented by invented is the right word, created by a general and who to train troops, and this was his method of training troops. But internally, as internal means you're training from the inside out. Other Chinese martial arts, you're training from the outside in. So all of the things that you see that are more hard styles, the training is from the outside in. Internal styles are from the inside out. And Bakwa, we've done a little bit of it. Bakwa is walking in a circle like this. And then changing. So you're always walking in a circle. And it's like a dragon, or, you know, like this, very smooth. And yeah, it's very beautiful. Yeah.
Once in a park, I saw a man, and I thought he was practicing Tai Chi, but there was a pole, like an old vegetable pole or something. He was just moving continually around.
Could be Bakwa, yeah. Yeah. If you, some of it, if you look on YouTube, we always refer to Guru YouTube, right? Guru Google and Guru YouTube. If you look on YouTube, you'll see a lot of examples of it. Some of it is moving very quickly. Most of the time when you see it in tournaments, they're moving really fast like this. This is the single palm change. And then they move this way and this way and this way and around, and this way and this way. But if you look up, Master Pang has a video on YouTube. The person who was my what they call your grandfather in the teaching thing. You'll see him, he's quite different. It's called dragon style. There's dragon style Bakwa, and there's several other styles of Bakwa. But it's meant to train your body to be able to turn like this and to change quickly. Change like a dragon. Walk like an eagle. Change like a dragon. Like that. It's fun. You can make a big, well, we used to practice, we'd have a big circle and there'd be about 10 of us on the circle. And the master would be over here and he would be, you had to follow what he was doing. So, but when you're practicing on your own, it's usually a circle about the size of what you see in on the key in a basketball, on a basketball court. You'd walk on a circle about that size, maybe a little bit smaller, but somewhere close to that. But then eventually you want to be able to walk just around your own body. So you just walk, you're walking a very tight circle, so to speak, without getting dizzy, yeah. But you're not going real fast. That's why they say that traditionally nobody was taught until they were at least 40 years old because they didn't have the patience. That's what I've been told. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but that's what's been passed down.
Tai Chi, Xing Li, Bakwa.
Yeah.
And where does Qigong fit?
Well, that's that movie that I've shown a couple of times. Qigong is, it's all one thing. It's all one thing, but it's more stationary. Yeah, because you're working, it's an internal exercise. You're working with your qi. As well as, but it's kind of a,
I always thought it was like physical therapy, medicine. It was part of the medicine tradition.
There is, well, that's, I don't like to take up our time with this, but that's one branch of Qigong.
Oh.
There's medical Qigong and there is martial Qigong. Martial Qigong is for people who train themselves to do things like what's called iron shirt Qigong, where you develop skin that people can come up and pound on and hit bricks on your chest and your stomach and stuff, and you don't feel it. Yeah. And there's a Qigong, like piercing hand where you, that's martial art Qigong. And medical Qigong is, as you say, is prescribed for specific illnesses by somebody who is a deep practitioner. And if you have a specific illness, then you will be prescribed a particular routine of Qigong. And then there's the general Qigong, which is for overall health, the sorts of things that I've shown you with the 6 healing sounds. It's not for any specific illness, it's for your general well-being. But it's no different from, in a sense, it's no different from Tai Chi in that it's working with your internal energy and building your Qi. And I'll show the video again, the master over in the Wudong Academy in China, where he talks about this, that there's really no distinction. If a person is sitting meditation and here is the overall principle as far as I'm concerned and as far as I know. It's all about your setting of consciousness, what you're doing. So if you're sitting if you get up in the morning and you are sitting, you have a practice of, some people have a practice of what they call sitting meditation, right? Go over to a chair and be quiet for a while and quiet the mind and go off into vastness, right? As they do in many esoteric schools. That's meditation. If, on the other hand, you're in your chair and you're sitting, and at the same time you are visualizing your chi along certain pathways, or just this, you're visualizing your chi the way I've been talking about the breathing, where your body is breathing like that, then it's no longer meditation, it's qigong, even though you're not sitting, even though you're not standing and moving. And at the same time, it's Tai Chi, because that's what we do in Tai Chi too. Ultimately, you want to be able to breathe with you want to feel like you're breathing with your skin. That's when you're relaxed enough, that's how it will feel. You'll experience it, you experience it. You'll all experience it. It's a matter of having confidence in how your body is moving and not being worried about what it looks like and flowing and so on and so forth. And then you're doing Qigong Tai Chi. Now, some people might argue with what I'm saying, but that's tough. Some of the purists, somebody, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, I think I do. And if you find somebody who says otherwise, bring them along. I'd like to talk to them. Okay, so I want to go through the silk brocades, the 8 methods and the 6 ways, so that we're going to make a video of it, and it'll be up on YouTube, and you'll be able to refer to it after I'm dead and gone and you're still alive. Then you'll be able to go back and say, I remember this. Okay, so these are in no particular order. This sheet that I have here, turning the head, shaking the head, wagging the tail, bending backwards, bending forward, drawing the bow. Here, 1 through 8. That's the 8 methods. But they don't have to be done in that particular order. It's just to list. That's all. You can do in any order. And then the same thing with the 6 methods. They're numbered there 1 through 6, but they can be done in any order. That's not the law. Okay. So we'll start like this. Turning the head and breathe. And when you look backwards, widen your eyes a little bit. Okay, and then the 3 chows, or 3 pushes. 1, directional. First, pushing, 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 and middle, up. You can even lean backwards a little bit. This is not a formal thing, but I like to do this. Leaning backwards and breathing in, and then breathing out and coming down. And draping down as far as feels comfortable, and then grab, however, if you're just down to your knees, that's fine. Your ankles, whatever, and pull a little bit. And then come up slowly. Standing tall and reaching across your body. We're familiar with this one. Breathing out. And then this one I should probably write a little description, but this is the one that's called shaking the head and wagging the tail. Pause and go in the other direction. And then again, this is, I like doing this. And here. Drawing the bow. And then same thing, same stance. You're in your horse stance, reaching, coming across, grab, and thrust. Thrust. Okay, and then lastly is that bending, but this time really this rubbing on the kidney area. So you're bending, just bouncing a little bit. I actually like to do the bending forward after doing the bending backward. It's a repetition, but this seems natural to go one way and then the other way. So I think I've hit all 8. So that's the 8 methods and then the 6 ways. Remember this? The other side. Is that Carl back there? Hey. Yeah, nice to see you. Huh? I've been asking Kaylin to get in touch with you so that I could come and visit, but you came to us, huh? And I want to get your address before you go, if you don't mind. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. What am I doing? It's not 3. And then the opposite of that is the lift and slide. Lift and slide. Lift and slide. Lift. All right, that's 3 of the 6. Here's another one. The bear. and then hit and kick, right? So kick, 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 kick. And the last one, hitting with the hip. Okay. And so I also wrote on the sheet, just so we'll just do one of each, just so to prompt to remember. Sometimes on the element breathing, remember this, breathing in is in through the nose and out through the nose. And this is in through the nose and out through the mouth. And fire is in through the mouth and out through the nose. And air is in through the mouth and out through the mouth. And ether is returning to in through the nose and out through the nose, breathing as subtly as possible and feeling as though we're breathing with the skin. Okay, nice. So I took a lot of time talking. I don't want to take up our time. So we won't go through any preliminary here. We'll just start right in. And I also forgot my music box, so be able to hear a little bit maybe. We're all familiar with this. We don't need any warm up now. Scholar points the way. Pressing forward to carry the ball. Spreading the silk brocade. Close the gate. Grasping the bird's tail. Single whip. Playing the lute. Crane spreading its wings. First brush knee push palm. So, yes, Tai Chi is different from Qigong in that the body is moving, and Qigong is generally performed standing with postures, not moving forward. Generally, there's there's the 5 animal Qigong, which you might run across, or maybe it's 6 animals, I've forgotten. But the animal frolics, they can be called the animal frolics. And the animal frolics they can be quite vigorous, but they are considered to be a Qigong routine, from what I understand. And I always allow that my understanding is incomplete. Fan through the back. Backhand. Intercepting palm. Circling. Backhand. Palm. One hand passing through the other. Fist or palm. In breath going back. Out breath going forward. In breath. Exhale. And now do a little kicking by patting the horse. And then remember, if you're kicking with the right leg, the right hand follows the leg. If you're kicking with the left leg, the left hand follows the leg. over to the corner. Tiger returns to the mountains. 1, 2, 3. Connect. Everything is gentle, smooth, relaxed. Opening the joints of the body, the ligaments and the tendons. Now brush down across your knee this way. And let's do the double winds and then left leg kick. Breathe in, breathe out, and come down and turn. Parting the horse's mane. Couple more. So relax shoulders, arm lifts itself almost. Our movements by the breath, out, breath. Single whip. Elongate, stretch out, and up. Fair lady weaves the shuttle. So a little turn to the corner this way. And the other corner. And back. And come this way. Striking the tiger to the right. Turn 180 degrees. Striking the tiger to the left. Round. Back. In breath as you turn, and out breath as your heel touches and you strike. And turn. Come down. Kicking with left leg towards the bulletin boards. Inhale, kick, turn. And I discovered something recently. It's wonderful to find something new after years and years. That's why the practice of Tai Chi is so valuable, because it's creative. And when you can quiet the mind, you don't know what's going to be created. Some new book or poem or drawing, or whatever. But in this case, nothing quite so elaborate as that. My mind was particularly busy when I was practicing in the morning, and I was kind of struggling with keeping it from thinking about one thing and another. And I started doing the water breath, because the water breath is associated with the mind, with discursive thinking, with quieting the mind by allowing the thoughts not to stick to each other, not to be attached, as the Buddhists say. And I found that when I started doing the water breath, inhaling through the nose, now exhaling through the mouth, my mind became totally quiet. No more intrusive worrying about whether or not the dog was in the right place. Or whatever it was that was bothering me. I don't remember. It wasn't even a bother. It's just that sometimes the mind gets really busy. And there's no way the mind is not like a water faucet. You can't just turn the tap and shut it off. Usually. And I've been working with that just to see if it's really as effective as I thought it was. And it does seem to be. Add horse and thrust. So this is like this actually was added by my teacher as a reminder about the Xing Yi move. So you can do it just like this. It's like you do this. Yeah, exactly. Ready, kick, and down, strike, slice, grab and, yeah. Yeah. Ah. Okay. No, it's always a pleasure. Thank you very much.